Yeah, mate, if you're going to change your thermostat, do a bit of extra cleaning. Don't just slap it in there. Bit of this, bit of emery paper, bit of wet and dry, give it a nice polish up. It's just a rubber seal. And of course the housing at the other side, it needs a really good clean up as well. You want two perfectly clean flat surfaces, no lumps, no corrosion. Give it a good clean up, baby. Most of all the components are going to get a clean up, you know. There's no point spending all day on them, but you know, you want them all reasonably clean like that. You might scrape a bit more gasket surface off, but you know, all the muck is generally cleaned out. You know, sort of like clean most of that crap out, basically. Now, EJ cooler, you've got it off. This is something else that can block up. Remember, it's not going to be at this end where it's open and clear. It could be a little bit in here, more towards this end, because remember, this end's the end that joins onto the intake. Just think of it like this, that sits there, okay? Or even if it sits like that or like that, I don't really care which way. Point is, this is the valve that lifts up that allows the crap that comes out of this box, exhaust gases. So just clean all that out. If it's really bad, if you've had a cracked piston, you might need to pull these 3 bolts out. You might need these gaskets, because when that happens, you get oil through the whole intake. Then you've got the oil in here that isn't normally in here, okay? Just trying to show you some jigsaw puzzles so you get the picture. Do you get the picture? Anyway, if you cut corners and don't take the time to clean things properly, you'll be just doing the whole job again sometimes. Like that thermostat, it's a big job. If you don't clean that alloy housing and you've got a bit of corrosion there and it doesn't quite seal, or after 2 years it gets a bit worse again, and that's why your coolant's really important to help prevent corrosion. Now, these are the injectors that came out at 310,000 Ks. The seats are not leaking. They've probably never been out. That's what we believe at the moment. They're the original injectors, 100%. Manufactured in February 2010. So definitely the originals. A few people have made a mistake in the last year or two. So in our injector kit, we supply 5 of these. These are single-use gaskets, right? So you shouldn't be reusing them or retightening them. Now, you might get lucky and they'll be okay, but luck's not really good enough when it comes to vehicles that are used to travel thousands of kilometers away from base and need to be reliable. So yeah, you're just risking it for the biscuit. I know they're expensive. They're about 15 bucks each, those little things. It's a rip-off scheme. I'm not even going to go there in this video. I reckon it's a mistake, to be honest. I reckon they were meant to be $15 for a bag of 10. And because you order them, if you order a lot, you get them in bags of 10. But they're $15 each, right? So this whole $15 for a bag of 10, yeah, I reckon that's about maybe what they're worth. But look, we supply 5 of those, because you can see you need 5 all inside the valve cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means all the same size. You don't use the big one at the back inside. There's a 6th one, it's a big one. That goes on the outside. All right, let's go find the parts and show you that, what I'm talking about. It doesn't actually matter about looking at the other pipe. The pipe, it's on the outside of the head, really close to this one inside the head, right? Just out here. But the gasket, so these ones, these are like $1 or $2 each. So it's bigger. It's the same sort of gasket, right? It's the same sort of gasket, but it's a larger size. There's more material there. You think it'd be dearer, but it's heaps cheaper. It's about 1/10 of the price. So yeah, that's where I come up with it. I reckon someone made a mistake in the pricing department, and at the moment they're going, this is awesome, look how much money we're making. Christmas bonus. Anyway, you can see the size of that, the inside diameter. So you don't want to mix it up, right? So I'm in detail showing you. I'm not going to measure it up. I've got new ones to measure up. The other thing I want to show you is why single use only. So remember, these have never been off before. I'm not going to get into all of them, but I've got this one in my hand. If we can get it to focus right, you just have a look at the surface. All right? And I believe it's made of copper. It might have a coating over it, but it's nice and soft and pliable, which is why, see how that twists, and I can just sort of, like that'll just really like easily open and close, right? It's like, there's no real strength in it. It's a gasket, it crushes. Anyway, whatever. Now let's clear up a bit more misinformation while we're chatting. Some people will tell you these bolts, what do they call them, stretch bolts, and they've got to be replaced. No, they don't. These bolts, you can reuse them. As long as they haven't been over tightened and damaged, you can reuse them for the life of the vehicle. There's no issue. These clamps, they don't have to be replaced either. But what I take into account is, I've heard of one being broken, and again, it's probably over tightened. There's always a reason for it. And the injector did go through the valve cover. Yep, that was a good photo or video, whatever. It was years ago. Can't remember the details. Someone sent it to me. There's always going to be a reason. I don't know what the reason was, but it wasn't the bolt breaking. If the bolts break, it's because someone doesn't know how to use a torque wrench and they over tighten them and they probably stretched it right at the end. You know how a bolt works if you over tighten it, surely. If you don't, again, they stretch, you stretch it and it destroys the bolt. It just pulls it apart. And then it's twisting at the same time, so it just shears off. We'll call it a shear bolt, not a stretch bolt. Anyway, stretches and shears off. Anyway, clamps, I don't believe they're going to break. But at one point in time, customer service exercise, Toyota were including replacing those clamps as part of their parts list to do that customer service exercise, right? So I sort of just added, so I went, you know what? We've got some clamps, so we include the clamps in a kit. You can use them or not use them. It doesn't matter. Like I said, those are going to be a lot stronger than any pressure from the injector or the clamping down force of 22 Newton meters. 22 Newton meters, not 25 and not 15 and not 30, right? 22 Newton meters for that one. Make a note. And while we're at it, let's do these ones. That one's 13 and these ones are 16. That was just sort of testing myself. So this, generally, no, they don't get bent. I used to think sometimes people have bent them because I thought you could use this to align the injectors, and you sort of can, but you got to check it. We've got a whole procedure on that in our VIP group, of course, in those videos. So this is fine to reuse. If it does, put a straight edge over it if you like, if you think someone's messed with it, and you can gently tweak it and straighten it. I used to think if you tried to bend it, you'd break these little welds here. It's going to leak. It's risky. But what I've done, because we replaced a few and I had some old ones, actually got, oh no, I haven't got rid of them all, okay? Oh no, there's two hanging up right in front of me. I could reach them right here. There you go, no bull crap. There they are. Right, so these are some old ones, a couple that I replaced. So I thought, oh, that one's a bit bent. You can actually even see, you can even see it in this one. Did you notice? Let me try and get it fair as fair. All right, like that's straight, and that one, it's kind of got to kick that way. So what we actually did, not with these two, obviously, they're kind of maybe good second-hand spares. I've got one brand new one hanging over there somewhere, but there's no need to replace them. If they are bent, literally you can just sort of, give it a rework and just give it, it's not like it's going to break at these welds or anything. These welds, they're really good. Never seen one broken or leaking. So I completely destroyed a pipe once. I just bent it back and forward, inside out, trying to get that to, and I didn't see it shear, tear, crack that weld or anything like it. It was like really good, right? So what else we got for you? The evidence here says these seats can quite easily last up to 300,000 Ks, but I would say anything over 200 is risky. I'll still say the same thing, because once they leak, the oil comes up, carbonizes, blocks your oil pickup, oil starvation, not good. Okay, I've got a job for you guys, right? I like to task you with some things because I don't know the answer. Thermostat housing's back on. I'm really good with M6 bolts, so I go by hand. But for everybody else, I would rather everybody uses a torque specification. So on these 10mm head M6 bolts, can someone look up the official torque specification for the 1kd thermostat housing cover? And when you do that, don't forget to put all your other clamps back on you removed. But can you look up the torque spec? Put in the comments for everybody. That'd be good. And I'm going to take a guess that it's not less than 13 and not more than 20. And my best guess would be it could well be 13. If it's not 13, it's going to be around 14, 15, 16. I can't see it being any more than that. Let's see what my guess, and I promise, I swear on the Bible, I wouldn't have a clue what that torque specification is. I just know that it's done up just nicely. Any too tight, you'll break the bolts. You'll stretch the bolts just like other bolts. They might not break, they might be about to break, and then with a bit of heat and things expand and then they snap off later. And again, where are you? How many thousand Ks from home? So watch the videos. Use the torque specs, make sure it's right. I'll risk it for the biscuit because I reckon I know what I'm doing. I've been around a while, and I'll use a torque spec whenever in doubt, or I might just get it out anyway and use it. You never know. Let's see what it says in the comments.